So this is the Iceberg Lounge every Sunday. You got to subscribe, yo. You got to subscribe, support your local creators. But this is a conversation they were having on the latest episode. We're going to listen and then chime in.
She comes to you upset.
Nigga, okay. If
Hold
she
on,
comes
I'm
to me,
gonna start it from the beginning. I'm going to start it from the beginning.
Nigga wants a mother figure and every female wants a father figure. If it sounds crazy,
Everyone wants
that's what it is. So if I tell you, if daddy tell your ass what it is, then that's what the fuck it is.
But if she comes to you upset,
Nigga, okay. If she
and you
comes
respond
to me,
upset,
no, you can't respond upset to something you did.
And
So
see,
that's what I'm
that is the
saying.
problem.
she's coming.
No,
to
we're
you.
in
Okay, wait. So Uno is saying every male basically wants a father figure. And I got you, Black Truffle TV. Thank you. Where'd you send it to? But Uno is saying every male wants a mother figure and every female wants a father figure. I mean, I think that's generalizing, but I could see why he would say that. Tisha, he says, all I'm going to say is Diddy is done for. Yo, we could talk about Diddy a little more too, because there's more that's coming out about this case day by day, and it's just wild, yo. It's wild, and the only thing, not the only thing, but one of the main things, don't let me get sidetracked. Don't let me get sidetracked, yeah. He said your setup is dope. All y'all from real quick though to connect the coast, rare breed, y'all solid. We appreciate you, Corner Store. We see you too, man. We see you. I'll be seeing you in the chat. We appreciate it. Straight male. All straight males want. Okay, so back to the Iceberg Lounge conversation. Then we can talk about Diddy. So Uno is saying all straight males want a mother figure. All straight females want a father figure. I mean, look, that part is hard for me to speak to, but I can see a lot of, I think people with abandonment issues, parental abandonment issues specifically, I think that's fair, but I don't know if that's fair to say about people that don't have those issues. Graham C says, so Uno is basically talking about the Electra and Oedipus complex. Seven Records says, and when you talk on the pod, everything has to be general. I get that. I get that. Tisha, he says, let's talk about it. LOL. Been saying Diddy is going to have his day of reckoning. Graham C says, it's a little more complex than what Uno is saying, but yes, there is some truth to that. I think I'm in Graham C's camp. Like, I do think there's truth to what Uno is saying. I just think that is a little more nuanced. Like there's segments of people who definitely don't fall under that umbrella. But I know that Uno just said that you have to be general when he's speaking on the pod, and in generally I can see where he's coming from. Let me hear what else. Let me hear the full breadth of his statement, and then I'll give my full analysis.
It's really
You come mad or happy.
It's accountability.
Exactly.
It's accountability.
You have to know how to take accountability.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the biggest thing is like, if you can't take accountability, no one wins.
Yeah.
Who does she mean when she says you have to take accountability? Is she saying like she has to take accountability, or like the male has to take it? I feel like there's a piece of this conversation that I'm missing. I like the conversation, but I don't feel like I can give full analysis because I feel like there's a piece of the conversation that I'm missing.
No one wins. You'll never see my point of view, and I will never agree that you ain't wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
So
No, you're always going to be wrong when you're wrong. So it's just you have to understand why you're wrong. You know what I mean?
and they don't think
I think I've messed up on
No,
that
they
part.
know they're wrong.
they don't think they're wrong.
They know they're
They're
wrong.
like, no, let me tell you how I'm right.
Actually, you're.
I did it, but I'm
completely
right.
wrong. That's what you said, though.
I think it's just the gaslighting aspect.
Okay, I have a question.
Gaslighting. I mean, look, yeah. I think if she's saying, that could be a blanket statement, but yeah. Graham C says, if you ever read the story of Oedipus and Electra, is wild. Yeah, the Oedipus complex is very wild. Yeah, very, very wild. I think South Park made a movie about what's the thing with the 7 layers of hell, Dante's 7 layers of hell. South Park made like a claymation movie about it, and like Oedipus is part of the movie and they play out his whole part. And the South Park guys are wild. And so if you know anything about Oedipus, like, it's wild, but it's a funny movie. I don't know why it never gets talked about. It's like in the same vein of what's the Seth Rogen movie with the food, with the hot dog buns in the grocery store? It's kind of like that movie, but a little actually way raunchier than that movie, but it's like that. Black Truffle TV says, from the context, that sounds like a general statement also. Corner Store says, Diddy just an a-hole who got some power and abused it for his pleasure and deviance. Black Truffle TV says, justification is a hell of a drug. Dante's Inferno. Yes, Dante's Inferno. Thank you so much, Corner Store TV. Seven Record says, I'll say this. Everyone that got a last and she cooked dinner, and she do laundry and she takes put a one in the chat, and she home takes put one in the chat. So I think he's saying, I'll say this, everyone that got a lady and she cooks dinner and she does laundry and she takes care of home, put a one in the chat. I think that's what he's saying. Sausage Fest. Yes. So there's a movie that the South Park guys did that is about Dante's Inferno, and it's like Sausage Fest, but on steroids, and Oedipus is one of the characters. Watch. I don't know what the movie's called, but check it out. It's really funny. Seven Record says, if you're single, then you only a nigga, you don't count. Then you are only nigga, so you don't count. I mean, I'm just saying, like, even within my non-single days, I don't know that I've ever felt like that. But it's hard to know that. It's hard to know. I don't think I've ever even exerted behaviors like that. But I also only see myself in the best light. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know if I'm the best person to ask if we're talking about me. Graham C says, nah, I'm married. But yeah, if you're watching on the replay, let us know what you think in the comments. Do you agree with Uno? Either way, check out Iceberg Lounge Podcast. They're always having really dope conversations. 7 Records is the host, so give them a sub if you're in the chat as well. Very, very dope podcast. Highly recommended. Let's play a couple more songs and then we'll have a couple more conversations. What I did, I'm gonna start off on the webcam until my thing comes in, and then I'm gonna switch to the camera. So I was doing it in reverse because the battery always dies like halfway through, and then I gotta switch. But I'm just gonna end with the camera. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta be smarter than the show. You gotta be smarter than the show. 7 Record says, so your wife don't cook, do laundry, or doesn't take care of the house? Corner Store Television says, a mother's love kills all bullshit, and if you got demons, they usually take over if you get money and access to power over people. 7 Record says, that wasn't on your list of wifey material. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. That's not on my list of wifey material at all. I have never, ever, ever wanted a lady. It's funny, like, I've actually gotten fights with a lot of my exes because they'll like do those things, and I'm never like, I'm grateful, of course, but I never wanted that. Like, I have no problem taking care of myself in that way. So I've never had that on my list, so I'm never surprised when other people don't have it on their list. Graham C says, nope, she's literal genius though, and now we do it all together. We share all tasks as a partnership. That, and she has a great ass. We should talk about this next week, Uno. Yeah, I mean, I think that's why I think the conversation is a little more nuanced than what I do think in general. Yeah, there's truth to it, but it is more nuanced than that. Because I feel the same way as Graham. Like, I've never once I'm like, anytime anyone's asked me like, what does my dream partner look like, I've never once been like, yo, she gotta cook, she gotta clean, she gotta make me sandwiches. No, she do gotta make me sandwiches, bro. Sandwiches are a must. But I don't care if you clean, I don't care if you cook. It'd be nice if you did. That's the bonus if you did. But like, I definitely can get over it if you have other qualities I like more. And I'm not talking about like just sexual stuff. Like I like intelligence too. Like if you're super smart, if you're, you know what I'm saying, I like shit like that. So that's just me though. It's always different strokes for different folks. 7 Record says, can I ask you a personal question, Sanctus? You can ask. I don't know if I'm gonna answer, but you can ask. And while you do, I'm going to find